Opposition to war is a moral and political responsibility. Opposition to war is to show the courage to demonstrate the unconditional and unconditional will to stop the war without bias or conditions. War is not a terrifying nightmare that you wake up in the middle of the night surrounded by blood and sweat, because in no nightmare there is no death. Death is the end of life's journey and has no alternative. Therefore, war cannot be compared to anything else and cannot be explained by anything else. The door that all wars knock on is death. If life is the only measure and criterion that gives meaning to everything, then death is the first and ultimate result of everything. There is no justice in any war because there is no justice in death. There is no morality in any war because there is no morality in death. Justice and morality are lighthouse lights that living beings adopt as guides for better living. Death cannot see the light of any lighthouse. War is a madness that allows people who have never seen, met or had any conflict with each other to kill each other. The act of people who have no chance of seeing or meeting each other attempting to kill each other is the first-hand fruit of the naked and dirty nature of war. War is when someone you have never met bombs your dinner table while you are sitting at home. War is the senseless, heartless act of deciding the death of a 3-year-old girl for no reason. War is deciding the death of babies. Or rather, it is deciding to kill babies. Every war is a baby killer. For this reason and no other, there is no just war. War can never be just. War means losing all rights for all people. Philosophy, since Aristotle, has considered the free development and growth of life as the basis of morality. The same philosophy pointed to politics for further development and growth. Therefore, we have both moral and political responsibilities towards life. If ethics represents ensuring the continuation of life, then politics is what makes life continue better. War stops life. War erects a barrier of death in front of life. Then, opposing this evil barrier is both a moral and political responsibility. Anti-war stance is to show the courage to stop war unconditionally, without conditions and without reservation. The wind of good doesn't blow in a cemetery. In a cemetery, the silent music of death is heard and this music doesn't carry the joy of life. War only results in more graves and there's no justice in graves. There's no right, no music and laughter. War is to drive away all smiles from the city, to loot the cities and people. So war can't be justified. Attempting to predict the course of war is not like trying to predict the weather. Predicting the weather is about trying to predict the raindrop or snowflake that might fall on your face. But predicting war would be trying to predict the bombs that might explode on people's faces. If war has already started, the central ring of that process is to stop the war. In the already started process, seeking justification or injustice or, in other words, assigning responsibility, is objectively taking on the role of war propaganda and incitement. Wherever there's war, the first task of humanity is to condemn, end, and terminate the war immediately on the spot. In our next video, we will introduce a book about a crucial topic that concerns every living person in our world, war. The horrors of war and how it's a senseless, meaningless, pointless, and mass murder can't be explained or expressed better. Hemingway's novel, written years ago, shouts out the bitter truths about war and warns humanity of future disasters while feeling a writer's responsibility in his own mind. We hope that the war between Ukraine and Russia ends soon and that Ukraine's territorial integrity is protected. No more children should die, no more young people should die because of old, mentally ill and foolish fools. No more children should be without a father. Our wish is for peace to prevail everywhere in the world. Book Introduction Series 3, A Farewell to Arms. A Farewell to Arms is a novel by Ernest Hemingway, published in 1929. The novel is set during World War I and follows the story of American ambulance driver Frederick Henry and his love affair with British nurse Catherine Barclay. The narrative begins in Italy, where Henry is serving in the army and is soon transferred to the front lines. During a bombing raid, he is wounded and sent to a hospital where he meets Catherine. The two fall in love and their relationship develops amidst the chaos and destruction of war. The novel explores themes of love, war, and loss, and Hemingway uses his experiences as an ambulance driver in World War I to create a powerful and poignant portrayal of the realities of war and its impact on soldiers and civilians alike. Despite its themes of tragedy and loss, A Farewell to Arms is also a powerful story of hope and resilience, as Frederick and Catherine struggle to find meaning and happiness in a world torn apart by conflict. Through its vivid depictions of war and its aftermath, Hemingway's novel remains a timeless classic of modern American literature. A Farewell to Arms is one of Ernest Hemingway's most famous and beloved works. The novel reflects Hemingway's experiences during World War I and portrays the military environment and the impact of war on people in an explicit manner. At the same time, the love story between Frederick and Catherine represents the struggle to find meaning and happiness in life amidst the chaos and destruction of war. Hemingway's use of short, simple sentences enhances the atmosphere of the novel and helps the reader to immerse themselves in the story. A Farewell to Arms continues to be popular even today and is considered one of Hemingway's most important works.